Picture this, a U.S. state where the Declaration of Independence was signed, where charming towns feel like time machines, where Amish buggies roll through fields, and yet parts of it are called zombie land, or burn underground for decades. That's Pennsylvania, a place of stunning beauty, rich history, and shocking struggles. This isn't your average travel video, it's a raw, eye-opening journey into the heart of the Keystone State. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss these wild stories. Buckle up, because by the end you'll never see Pennsylvania the same way. Drop a quick comment. Have you ever been to Pennsylvania? Let's kick this off. Pennsylvania is where America's heart beats. Known as the Keystone State, it's one of only 4 U.S. commonwealths, founded by William Penn in the 1680s, as a haven for religious and political freedom. This is where the Founding Fathers gathered in Philadelphia's Independence Hall to draft the Declaration of Independence in 1776, a document that changed the world. The Liberty Bell, with its famous crack, still stands as a symbol of liberty. For years, Philly was the nation's capital, a bustling hub where ideas of democracy were born. Imagine walking those cobblestone streets feeling the weight of history where Benjamin Franklin once strolled. But Pennsylvania's story isn't just about the past. Beyond the historic sites, it's a state of contrasts. Charming small towns with Victorian vibes, Amish communities living like it's the 1700s, and cities grappling with modern crises. From postcard-perfect villages to a town burning beneath the ground, Pennsylvania's got layers you won't find in any guidebook. Let's explore the beauty first, then dive into the battles. What's your favorite piece of American history? Drop it in the comments and hit that like button if you're pumped for this journey. Let's start with Pennsylvania's hidden gems, where time feels like it's standing still. First up, Jim Thorpe, nestled in the Pocono Mountains, about 80 miles from Philly. Nicknamed the Switzerland of America, this town is straight out of a European fairy tale. Think steep hills, Victorian mansions, and a cozy vibe that screams charm. Originally called Mauch Chunk, meaning Birthplace, in the Lenape language, it was a coal mining hub in the 1800s. In 1954 it was renamed for Jim Thorpe, the first Native American Olympic gold medalist, a story so cool it deserves its own video. Today you can wander cobblestone streets lined with quaint shops, cozy cafes, and old brick buildings. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway is a must. Hop on for a ride through forests glowing with fall colors. Or visit the Ossapacker Mansion, a jaw-dropping Victorian home packed with artifacts from a railroad tycoon's life. It's like stepping into a history book. Then there's Bellefonte, just 12 miles northeast of State College. Known as Pennsylvania's Victorian Jewel, this town of 5,000 feels like a 19th century novel come to life. Picture grand historic homes with wraparound porches, cobblestone sidewalks, and boutique bed and breakfasts like Reynolds Mansion, where you can sip coffee on a marble veranda. Bellefonte's got unique draws like the American Philatelic Society, home to the nation's top stamp collectors museum. Seasonal train rides, especially the Christmas and autumn foliage trips, pull in thousands of visitors. Whether you're hunting antiques or kayaking nearby rivers, Bellefonte's a perfect weekend escape. Which town's calling your name? Jim Thorpe's mountain vibes or Bellefonte's Victorian charm? Tell us in the comments and subscribe if you're loving these hidden gems. Now let's head to Lancaster County, where life moves at a horse's pace. Here the Amish live like it's the 1700s. No electricity, no cars, no smartphones. You'll see horse-drawn buggies clip-clopping past rolling hills and wooden-covered bridges, with families in black bonnets and white beards working the land. These are descendants of 16th century Anabaptists who fled Europe for religious freedom, settling in Pennsylvania in the 1700s. Their commitment to humility, faith, and community is unshakable. They handcraft furniture, stitch quilts, and bake treats like shoe-fly pie, a molasses dessert you've got to try. Lancaster's Amish markets draw millions, offering everything from fresh pretzels to hand-carved toys. Visiting feels like stepping into a different era, where life's about family, not Wi-Fi. In our crazy digital world, the Amish show us how to live simply, focusing on what really matters. It's not just a tourist spot, it's a lesson in slowing down. Ever tasted shoe-fly pie or visited an Amish community? Share your story in the comments, and hit that share button to spread this vibe. Now for a jarring shift. Philadelphia, the birthplace of America, is where dreams were built, and where some are now breaking. Independence Hall hosted the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The Liberty Bell rang for freedom. But today, Philly's battling dark challenges. Homelessness is rampant, with over 6,000 people living on the streets, in tents, cars, or abandoned lots. Why? A brutal housing crisis. Nearly half of Philly's renters spend over 30% of their income on rent, leaving no money for food, clothes, or emergencies. For many, the streets become their only option. Philly's poverty rate is the highest among America's top 10 cities. 22.7%, or 1 in 5 residents live below the poverty line. This isn't just a Philly problem. Smaller towns like Bradford in northern Pennsylvania face similar struggles, with 30% of residents in poverty and 12.8% of households relying on government aid. Picture families scraping by, unable to afford basics like heat or groceries. It's a stark contrast to Philly's historic grandeur, a city that once led the nation, but now fights to lift its people out of despair. This hits hard, doesn't it? Share this video to raise awareness about homelessness, and drop a comment. How can we help those in need? Let's brainstorm together. Into Kensington, a Philly neighborhood that's become the heart of America's opioid crisis. Known as Zombie City or Zombie Land, it's a place where hope feels lost.
Dangerous street drug component is officially called xylazine, nicknamed trank, as in tranquilizer.
Day and night, people addicted to heroin, fentanyl, and a terrifying veterinary sedative called xylazine, or trank, wander the streets. They're slumped over, staggering, or frozen in place like something out of a zombie apocalypse. It's not just a nickname, it's a heartbreaking reality. In 2022, Philadelphia recorded 1,413 overdose deaths, nearly 4 people every single day. The numbers have climbed steadily, 1,150 deaths in 2019, 1,214 in 2020, and experts predict even higher for recent years. Xylazine is making it worse, causing open wounds that won't heal and trapping people in a cycle of pain and addiction. The city offers shelters and rehab programs, but many addicts refuse them, choosing tents along highways or in vacant lots because they feel freer, even if it's dangerous. This open-air drug market fuels crime too. Robberies, violence, and chaos are spiking, tearing at the community's core. What can we do to stop this opioid nightmare? Share your ideas in the comments and hit that share button to get this story to more people. Pennsylvania's challenges run deeper than Philly's streets. Founded on equality, the state now grapples with stark divides. The top 1% earn 21.7 times more than the bottom 99%. One of the worst gaps in the U.S. Black Pennsylvanians earn 41% less than white residents, limiting access to jobs, homes, and stability. Education's hit hard too. Pennsylvania leads the nation in school funding inequality, with poor districts getting less money despite growing student needs. Black and Hispanic kids often attend under-resourced schools, with outdated books and crumbling buildings. Only 51% of low-income students go to college, compared to 89% of wealthier ones. That gap shapes futures, keeping inequality alive. Then there's gambling addiction, a growing shadow. Since 2004's Racehorse Development and Gaming Act, Pennsylvania's casinos have boomed, generating over $3 billion a year, second only to Nevada. But the cost is steep. Young people, hooked on online betting, are piling up tens of thousands in debt. Gambling addiction mirrors drug addiction, wrecking finances, families, and mental health. Lawmakers are struggling to balance the cash with the human toll. Know someone struggling with addiction or inequality? Drop a heart in the comments for support, and like this video to keep this convo alive. Now for the wildest, creepiest story. Centralia, Pennsylvania is a ghost town burning underground since 1962. It started with a simple mistake. A trash fire in a coal mining town sparked an underground coal seam. The blaze spread through a maze of mines, cracking streets, spewing toxic fumes, and forcing families to flee. The government spent $7 million trying to stop it, but gave up. Today, only 5 stubborn residents remain, living among smoldering ruins. Experts say the fire could burn for 250 more years. Imagine that. Centralia's graffiti highway draws urban explorers and thrill-seekers, with abandoned buildings covered in colorful art. It even inspired the horror franchise with its eerie, foggy vibe. Centralia is a haunting symbol of how one mistake can erase a community, leaving behind a post-apocalyptic scene. Would you dare walk Centralia's streets? Tell us in the comments and subscribe for more insane stories like this. Pennsylvania's story is a roller coaster. America's birthplace, breathtaking towns, timeless Amish life, but also a city fighting addiction, poverty, and a town burning forever. Yet there's hope. Community leaders, volunteers, and everyday heroes are rebuilding neighborhoods, feeding the homeless, and mentoring kids. Pennsylvania's not perfect, but it's real, raw, and worth exploring. Thanks for watching, you legends. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, Share this with a friend and subscribe for more deep dives. Drop a comment. What shocked or inspired you most about Pennsylvania? I'm reading every single one. Hit the bell for more and check out our last video in the card above. Let's keep these stories alive. See you next time.